How you doing? It's DudeMan. Let's try something different. I want to show you these pictures and I'm going to narrate over it and see what you guys think. We left Hot Springs and around March 31st and got to see some pretty incredible sights, including Lover's Leap Rock. I did not climb up on top of this rock, but it was really cool. We just came out of Hot Springs, was greeted by some incredible spring flowers as we went out through there. Our ascent coming out of Lover's Leap and Hot Springs area was real pretty. Got to see some great views of the town below us. Hot Springs is a very cool town. I just wish more of it was open. One of the best milkshakes I've ever ate was at Hot Springs Hillbilly Market. But the virus really has affected a lot of things, but it has not affected the beauty of the trail, including this dammed up pond area. It had a lot of cool moss and water through there, just right outside of Hot Springs. It's always nice to know that the bears are safe in this area, and it's a sanctuary. This guy I met 1 or 2 times on the trail, different shelters. His name was some guy. I kept catching up with this guy, and he every time I take a zero, it seems like he passes me. But Due North has been on the trail since about as early as I have. Of course, these notices, as we see along the way, talks about the different access facilities are closed. And we still got to meet some pretty cool people along the trail that was sidestep. My wife told me that around April 1st that she had a lot of snow up near Sam's Gap area. The shelter we stayed at took us 9 miles north of there before we even started seeing any snow. I kept taking a lot of pictures of snow because I thought it was a very cool thing to see. I had no idea how much more snow I would be able to see. Here's some snow contrasting with the moss. Well, we started our approach toward one of our first major climbs, which is called Fire Scald Knob, or Big Fire Scald Knob. Got to see a whole lot more snow the closer and the further we went up the trail. Of course, the further you go up some of these bigger mountains, the ascent gets even tougher. As you can tell from this picture here, some of this bouldering is very, very tough. You have to sometimes hold on to your trekking poles a different way and use your hands and feet. Your hands to help you climb up and over some of these boulders. If you can get pretty treacherous climbing this stuff. And higher we got up on Big Fire Scald Knob, got to see a whole lot more snow. Check out this wizard route or something like that. It looked kind of cool route. But got on top of Fire Scald Mountain and saw some incredible views up there. A lot of these bigger mountains like this have a bad bypass area that allows you to go around, and if the weather is really bad, it would be very treacherous. Just imagine this with torrential rains or even more snow. In fact, shortly after this picture was taken, I did do a pretty major fall and slipped in one of the boulders and landed hard on my right hip, right thigh area, and caused me to limp. It was pretty tough. I am hiking every day, but this is just a section that was unable to get to by RV for at one of the gaps or anything like that. And Majestic was unable to get to me for a couple of days, so I was able to get to Sam's Gap where she at. Not my 300-mile mark, but shortly after this, I did get to a 200-mile mark. That was on the other side of Big Butte Mountain. Shelter right before we got to Big Butte. We knew in the morning we got up, we would be going up and over that particular mountain. Little did I know how treacherous it was going to be also. one of the meadows that took me towards the Big Butt Mountain area with some incredible views along the way. Some of these boulders, as you go on top of these bigger mountains, are huge. Sometimes they can be 1 and 2 stories high, and make some incredible sights to be able to walk up and beyond them and or among them. Just this and the snow contrasting with the moss and the granite was a very cool sight to see as we went through that area. Once again, can be a tough area. Well, here's a possible reason it's called Big Butt Mountain. These large granite obelisk was to see up close was very cool. It's kind of hard to understand how big these were. There was at least a couple stories high. Ashes of a hiker that wished to have his ashes scattered nearby. Somebody put a little monument there. Once again, the treacherous conditions going up over there. They had a bypass available, but here's some of the rocks I had to climb up and over. These big, huge boulders and a very difficult trail to hike down or up and over. This is a meadow I thought I was supposed to be hiking through. I started down across the meadow. It looked like part of the trail, like the meadow that I had hiked on earlier. Around the Fire Skull Mountain, saw some incredible sights from on top of this ridge line, and continued down this way. I was looking for on my app for the 200-mile mark, and just was not getting any closer. And saw this tree growing over top of this rock. I thought that was a really cool picture. And I sunk mid-calf, all the way up to mid-calf on both legs. And soon after that, I checked my app and come to find out I was 1/2 mile off the trail. Got to change the view of your app every once in a while, so instead of just a list view, you got to go to your map view. But a couple of the shelters along the way right before we got to Sam's Gap, and we got straightened out and able to reach my 200-mile mark. So great to be able to do that. The flowers here are called spring beauties, and there was millions and millions of flowers out there, and it looked like snow. As we came down towards Sam's Gap, got to see some really cool sights and really cool vistas. Cool time to be hiking on the trail while the spring flowers, and such a beautiful, beautiful time to be on the trail. This family had done a lot of work on the trail there, and they actually had dedicated it was the first sighting of white-tailed deer and a chipmunk. But the family had dedicated their land towards this Appalachian Trail, and has been in their family for years, and they're allowing people to hike down it. Well, that was Hot Springs to White